Welcome to the podcast, Pilgrim and the Monk. A developing story of a pilgrim who is seeking the truth, and a monk who helps him find the way. Written by Timothy G.A. Cooper. Narrated and produced by Greg Cooper. Chapter 6. Good and Evil. One day Monk came across Pilgrim reading a newspaper. "I did not take you for a Luddite, Pilgrim."
"There's nothing like the tactile sensation of holding a paper. They say the more senses involved in an activity like reading, the more likely you are to remember."
"That sounds like an interesting theory."
"Not like I want to remember anything in this paper. It's filled with nothing but bad news."
"Vice has always had a wider appeal than virtue."
"Why do you think that is?"
"Familiarity."
"You're nothing if not quick-witted, Monk."
"It is not that. I just have a low view of humanity."
"People aren't necessarily evil, Monk. They're much more complicated than that."
"Oh, they are far worse than evil."
"What could be worse than evil?"
"Self-righteous. The belief that you are right to the detriment of others. Evil is easy to spot compared to the insidious nature of self-righteousness."
"You're overstating things. People can be misguided sometimes. That doesn't mean they're running around trying to hurt people."
We elevate self to the level of dignity. When everyone considers themselves like a god, it extends to their intentions. When we all serve our own god, we will invariably come in conflict with someone else's. When many gods serve the same intention, many others will suffer.
Again, you over-exaggerate. It's impossible to spend all your time worrying about others. What about individual liberty?
Liberty without a concern for others is just another form of tyranny.
That doesn't make sense. There are laws protecting people from unchecked power.
Laws are only as powerful as the authority that exists to enforce them. Remember, when people serve as their own moral authority, only the strongest are able to enforce their morals.
There has to be a way to balance individual liberty with the concern for others.
I believe there is. It comes from an understanding that an individual's freedom involves being their brother's keeper. Liberties are always accompanied by responsibilities. It is a responsibility we have to care for each other. We will be judged as a society by how we treat those who have nothing to offer us in return.
That seems like a lot of work.
Goodness always requires the efforts to overcome our selfishness. Perhaps that is why evil is always so prevalent. It is just too easy.
I wish goodness came with more cheap thrills.
I do not. It is the effort that makes genuine goodness worth the effort. Few things in this life are so rare and beautiful.
Monk, you definitely have a strange sense of beauty.
You've been listening to Pilgrim and the Monk, written by Timothy G.A. Cooper, narrated and produced by Greg Cooper. We hope you enjoyed this production. Please join us again for the next episode.